Alright, for you honor students, you have a different number 1, and it's this guy here. It's obviously an absolute value inequality, so we're going to solve it just like we always have. Get your absolute value apart by itself before you split into two equations, so subtract 5 from both sides. You'll get to absolute value of 4 minus 3x is less than 12, divide by the 2, divide by the 2. And now we got 4 minus 3x, absolute value, is less than 6. So now you're at this point where your absolute value is all by itself one side, 6 is on the other. Now you can split it into your two inequalities. Left side you'll get 4 minus 3x is less than 6. And on the right side you'll get 4 minus 3x is greater than negative 6. So remember, when you're writing your second equation, you flip the direction of your inequality and you make the number negative. And then you solve both of these separately. When it's a less than absolute value, it's always an and compound inequality. I wish I could write and so it wasn't hideous. But anyway, deal with it. Left side, let's deal with the left side here. Let's get the x by itself, so subtract 4, negative 3x is less than 2, divide by the negative 3, divide by the negative 3. Whenever you divide by negative, you switch the direction of your inequality, and 3 doesn't go evenly into 2, so just leave it like that. X is greater than negative 2/3. Right side, you're going to take the exact same steps, honestly, to solve. Greater than negative 10, you divide by that negative 3, and since you do, you have to switch the direction of your inequality, but negative divided by negative is positive, and you get positive 10/3. And these guys, together with this and statement, give you an interval from negative 2/3 up to 10/3. And since there's no line underneath our inequality, these are going to be circular brackets, and we're done. Ta-da! The interval from negative 2/3 to 10/3 is the solution set for number 1. A little bit different on yours than the regular students is 4 and 5. You're supposed to not only use graphing to solve it, but also substitution. If you want to look at the graphing, how to graph it, and use that, that's on the regulars video for 4 and 5. I'm just going to do the substitution for you guys on this one. So, thing to notice here is it's already, one of your equations is already conveniently solved for one of your variables, y. And so take this solution and you just plug it in for this y here. So if we were to write out the equation, we get 6x plus 2, and then remember, put the stuff in the parentheses, x plus 2 equals 26. And now it's just a process of solving for x, which we've done before. 6x, we're going to distribute this 2 through to get 2x plus 4 equals 26. Combine things that can be combined to get 8x. And I'm going to subtract 4 right now to try and save space. 8x equals 22. Divide by the 8, divide by the 8, you get x equals, if you divide everything by 2, you get 11/4. So x equals 11/4, but remember that's only part of it. There's two parts. You have to solve for x, and you have to solve for y. Well, let's use the second equation, because it looks easier, to solve for y. Since y is equal to x plus 2, let's plug in the x, 11/4, add 2. And a lot of people are a little bit uncomfortable with fractions, like adding 11/4 to 2. Something you have to do with the 2 is get a common denominator. 2 is really 2 over 1. The common denominator would be 4. So you have to multiply this fraction top and bottom by 4. That would give you 8/4. So now you can add the 11/4 and 8/4 to get 19/4, which is, if you decide to turn it into a proper fraction, you can. It's just 4 3/4, but you don't have to, because I did it on the x. If you really want to turn that into a proper fraction, that would just be 2 3/4. Anyway, so you get the point, 11/4, 19/4 as your solution. And the substitution method always works. It'll always get you the exact answers, whereas the graphing method, you kind of have to guess on it. Let's move on to this second equation real quick. Alright, let's hurry up and get this done. I copied it over onto this other page. So I'm going to do this one a little bit differently, just to show you the different methods. So that one, I straight up took one solve for y and plugged it into y in the other equation. On this one, I'm going to solve both of them for y and then set those equal to each other. The right one's already solved for y. That's convenient. Let's solve this left one for y. To do that, you're going to add 12x to both sides. I'm sure that's very legible. Sorry, guys. You'll get 3y equals 12x. Holy crap. 12x plus 6. And divide everything by 3 to get y equals 4x plus 2. Okay, so now we got two things solved for y. If you got two things solved for y, you can set each of those things on the other side of the equation equal to each other. So we can really write the equation 4x plus 2 equals 2x plus 8. So notice that part went on the right side, this part went on the left side. So I'm setting this stuff on the other side equals equal to each other. And now it's just a process of solving for x. I'm choosing the left side for my variable. So on the left side I got 2x plus 2 equals 8. I'm going to just solve for x here, minus the 2, you get 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, you get x equals 3. Okay, we're only half done, because you have to get both x and y. Well, now you can just plug this in. Let's plug it into this one, because it's right here. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into, because you'll get the same answer. So plug it in for x. 4 times 3 is 12, add 2 is 14. So y equals 14. So you get the point 3, 14 as your solution. Ta-da!